shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real myself. Man, I haven't seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real myself. Man, I haven't seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money. All you got is not wrong with being wealthy. I know it's like Kanye West said, having money is not everything, but not having it is. Deuteronomy 8:18 that God gives us the ability to create wealth. No, it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. You don't like money so much, why you get up and go to work? What if I can do think about all the things that my things have to say? I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. Cortez.
Good morning, Black World, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. Truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to come to you live and direct from the Generational Wealth Building Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, it's going down next weekend, April 6th through the 8th, the Generational Wealth Building Conference in Atlanta, GA. You can go to wealth.joincorteznow.com. That's wealth.joincorteznow.com for your tickets. You can get a weekly, a weekend pass, or you can buy tickets to the individual events that you want to participate in. But it's going to be a phenomenal event. They've got an event for the kids. They got an event for the ladies. They've got investment information. It's just going to be phenomenal, man. So if you are remotely close to the Atlanta, Georgia area next weekend, April 6th to the 8th, you definitely want to be in the building for that. Do me a huge favor. If you're checking us out on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We are on a quest to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this month. And we are coming down the home stretch, y'all. So make sure that you go to the channel and hit the subscribe button. We are at 1847. So we need 150 something subscribers in the next couple of days. So if you are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please hop over there and do that for me. I appreciate that. And for my folks on Facebook, do the same thing. Make sure you like the page, Financial Health Mentor, and turn on the notifications. I know everybody's notifications ain't about it. So, but you turn on my notifications every time I come before you. I promise I'm going to give you some value. Every time I post an article on my site, it's going to give you some value. Every time I post a video, it's going to give you some value. You want to be notified when I do. You guys know the price of admission for Talking Money in the Morning Live is a simple share. So everybody, go ahead and hit the share button right now. You guys know it's going to give me a notification when you share. So I know who's paying their price of admission and who's not. Now, that's the price of admission. If you want to give me a tip, then you use the likes, the thumbs up, and all that kind of stuff. And that lets Facebook know that you guys are enjoying the content. And they'll start pushing out in front of more and more people as well. You know, they've got those crazy algorithms and all that stuff. But just let Facebook know that you like what you're seeing this morning. Today's show is also brought to you by the Black Wealth Movement. The time has come. And it's funny, I say the time has come, but the time has always been that we have to focus on our economic condition. The Black Wealth Movement helps you start by focusing on your personal economic condition. We help you overcome the 4 challenges that are keeping most working class people broke. Inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. So you can partner with us for $70 to start, $50 a month. You will learn how to become an entrepreneur. You're in America. You got to have a business in America. Otherwise, you're just a foreigner in your own country. Because you start a business, then you got to understand how the tax code works and how to benefit from it. Then we teach you how to take your tax savings and use it to get yourself out of debt. Stop paying interest and start learning how to earn interest on your money. Then while you're at it, you might as well fix your credit. We know that people say cash is king, but credit rules the kingdom. And then last but not least, you got to learn how to accumulate assets, right? And then if you want to add a 5B or a 6, it's asset protection through various insurances and things of that nature. So I got you covered, man. If you're interested in any of that stuff, all you got to do is inbox me or text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Love to get you some more information on how that works, and more importantly, how you can work some of these strategies in your life to transform your finances. Today, we're talking about at least 10 benefits of a positive mental attitude. You guys know we've been talking about the thought process and how your thoughts solidify into habits, and your habits manifest your circumstances, right? So I want you guys to really understand the benefits of a positive mental attitude. And then when we come back on Tuesday, right, we don't do, I'm giving up my Monday show because my weekends are getting increasingly more packed with activity. So I'm not going to do the show on Mondays, but we're going to keep it Tuesday through Friday, right? So I hope you guys can appreciate that and still follow the show Tuesday through Friday. So we'll come back on Tuesday with part 2, where I will teach you how to develop a positive mental attitude. But sometimes you have to learn and understand the benefits first, so that you know that it's the work to develop the positive mental attitude is worth it, right? So we're going to do the benefits first. And then next week, because you guys know tomorrow we do Free Business Coaching Friday, so we want to do a themed show. But Tuesday we'll come back and we'll do part 2 on how to develop the positive mental attitude. But here are, I think I got 10, maybe 11, maybe 12 things that are a good result of a positive mental attitude. So outside of, for me, having a positive mental attitude just makes me feel good, man. I don't know about y'all. Let me know if you can agree with any of these things. Also, let me know if these are, if you need to work on a positive mental attitude because you want one of these benefits in your life. You guys know I love for you to interact and engage with the show. So before we get started, let me see who we have on. We have Future Leaders LLC in the building. Online math tutor. Gene, do you have a brand for your math tutoring? If not, you might want to go to $15onlinecourses.com. I've got a business branding bundle that is phenomenal that will help you build a brand around your online math tutoring. And I know that's a valuable service because my son needs some math tutoring right now. So it's cool that you do that online. So we might have to hook up on that. Tafar Design, interior design, and home staging. Love it in Durham, North Carolina. And also Mo Knows with Credit Keys. Go ahead and shout out the name of your business and your brand, man. Tell us a little bit about it. You never know who's on the stream that is interested in the products and services that you have to offer, right? If Gene didn't say you do online math tutoring, I wouldn't know to source or seek her out for my son's math tutoring, right? He's a sophomore, so next year he'll be getting ready for the ACT, getting ready to go play. He wants to try to play college ball, so you got to get a good ACT score. So you got to let people know what you do, man. Benefits of a positive mental attitude. For me, it just makes me feel good. And I feel good all the time, man. And I know it's because I keep a positive mental attitude. I try to see the good in every situation. But that's not a number. That just makes me feel good. So we'll start officially with number 1. Number 1 benefit of a positive mental attitude, it actually has the power to transform your entire life. Somebody put these in the chat for me. I would appreciate it. Number 1. Benefit of a positive mental attitude, it actually has the power to change your entire life. Nothing has the power to change your life like a positive mental attitude. Number 2, a positive mental attitude is the number 1 indicator of success. I want you to think about all the successful people that you know and tell me that they don't have a positive mental attitude. You're going to be hard to find a person that's successful that doesn't have a positive mental attitude. Now, don't get confused with having a positive mental attitude and being a jerk. We know some successful jerks out there. We know some successful jerks out there, but I'm talking about a positive mental attitude. It is the number one indicator of success. One thing that all successful people have in common, they have a positive mental attitude. And this may not spill over into every aspect of their life, but whatever they're doing to make money, they have a positive mental attitude in that arena, right? So that's number two. A positive mental attitude is the number one indicator of success. Number three, a positive mental attitude is motivating. How do I keep going, man? How do I go when I don't feel like going? It's a positive mental attitude, right? Because when you see the best in every situation, when you see a positive outcome to everything that you do, it just motivates you. It makes you want to get up and get out and get something, right? On the other hand, when you don't approach life with a positive mental attitude, you're not motivated. You're not easily encouraged. You're not willing to go through certain hardships. So keeping a positive mental attitude is a great motivating factor. That's why you see successful people with the motor that they have. They're always on the go. They're always doing great things. They're always just pushing forward. And people around us tend to think that we don't have issues and problems going on in our life. People think that everything is peaches and cream. People think that things are just rosy all the time. No. Because we have a positive mental outlook and we see the signs of success and the best in everything, it keeps us motivated, it keeps us encouraged, it keeps us lifted up so we can go when other people won't. Doesn't mean we don't have things that we're dealing with. We just learned that when you deal with all things through a positive lens, it makes dealing with those things a little bit easier. Keeps us encouraged, so we're motivated where other people tend to not be. Number four, reduces stress. What's going on? B&J's Barbecue and Catering from Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. You know, we got to hook up. I want you to come out to a wealth workshop that we're having in Atlanta, Georgia on April the 18th. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia, April the 18th at Best Services Unlimited office in Fayetteville, Georgia. I believe it's in Fayetteville. She might not be in Fayetteville. She lives in Fayetteville, but I think her office is, she might be in Lithonia. I don't know. But I will have an event and post the details. But I would love for you guys to come out and we'll talk about how the Black Wealth Movement is transforming our community. So number four, reduces stress, man. Having a positive mental attitude reduces stress. And the reason is there's two things that causes you to stress. Two things cause you to stress. The things you can control and the things you can't control. When you have a positive mental attitude, you're constantly working on the things you can control. Therefore, you stress less about the things that are out of your control. I'm going to run that one back because y'all didn't catch that. There are two things that cause stress. The things you can control and the things you cannot control. People with a positive mental attitude are always working on and focused on the things they can control. So they take less time and accumulate less stress worrying about the things they cannot control. Good morning, Joseph McKee, Learn and Earn Coach from Cleveland, Mississippi. A lot of people are struggling because they're focused on the things that they cannot control. And you stressing yourself to death, even if you're stressing yourself to death about things that you can't do nothing about. No matter what you do, it's not going to change this. So why even stress about it? I heard a good speaker say that stress is interest paid on a loan that you may never receive. Stress is like paying interest payments on a loan that you might never receive. I'm stressed out about something. I'm paying time, energy, attention to something that may never happen. How many of you guys have been stressed out about something that never happened? Donna Hurst, what's going on? Dia Moore Catering is also in the building, Houston, Texas. How many of you guys have ever found yourself in a tremendous amount of stress over something, and that something never even happened? So you wasted time, energy, effort, got ulcers going on in your stomach, got migraine headaches over something that never even happened. Landscape Lowry in the building. What's going on? So you can't stress out over things you cannot control or change. Focus on the things that you can, continue to see the positive in that, and you move forward. Giovanni, what's going on, my brother? Make sure if you're just jumping on, hit the share button, please. Hit the share button. So that was number 4, reduces stress. Number 5, having a positive mental attitude helps you overcome and deal with fear. Having a positive mental attitude helps you overcome and deal with fear. What is most fear based on? Most fear is based on the unknown, right? Most fear is based on the unknown. So even though I don't know something, I have a positive mental attitude that says everything is going to be all right, even though I'm entering into the unknown. You guys follow how that works? Most fear is based on the unknown, right? Giovanni says it's like waking up the morning, making your bed. Believe it or not, that will set the tone for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's doing little stuff like that, man. Little stuff like that. So fear is based on the unknown. But when you have a positive mental attitude, even when you're stepping into the unknown, you just believe that everything is going to be okay. So it reduces the level of fear that you're feeling. Right? And we know that fear paralyzes people. The other thing that fear does is fear distorts perception. Fear distorts perception. And we know that perception is reality. Now, your perception isn't my reality, it's yours. My perception is my reality. But in the presence of fear, that reality that we see, that perception is distorted, and fear has the power to distort reality. So when you have a positive mental attitude, you reduce that amount of distortion caused by fear. You reduce the amount of distortion caused by fear, and it brings a tremendous amount of clarity. Number six, a positive mental attitude increases endurance. Positive mental attitude increases endurance. Otherwise, it gives you energy. Just like we said, number 3, it's motivating. It increases endurance because I can see me having success on this particular project. So that energizes me and it keeps me going. When you have a positive mental attitude where other people might want to quit because all they can see is, man, this ain't working, so I'm quitting, because they have a negative outlook. They have a negative mental picture. So when you have that negative mental picture, you give up easier, you quit faster. When you have a positive mental attitude, you stick with things a little bit longer. You stick it out, you tough it out. It's like, man, this is going to work. If you don't believe that a positive mental attitude will increase endurance, I want you to think about, and forgive me, y'all, I know y'all get sick and tired of my basketball analogies, but I want you to think about this. I've been in games where my team, I'm coaching my team, and we're getting the dog snot kicked out of us for the first 35 minutes of the game. First 35 minutes of the game, everybody is sluggish, lethargic. It just looks like it's over. But then all of a sudden, somebody hits a 3-pointer, somebody blocks a shot, somebody makes a couple free throws, somebody forces a turnover, and then we get 2 or 3 of those plays that happen back to back. Now, this is the same team that was getting the dog snot kicked out of them. But all of a sudden, 2 or 3 plays go in their favor. Now they start to develop a positive mental attitude about this whole situation. They can be down 2 points. They can be down 20 points. They just start to develop a positive mental attitude. And all of a sudden, the team that looks like it had no energy to finish the game are the most energized group of players on the court. And they come storming back. What changed? Same team, same opponent, same team. All of a sudden, the mental attitude changed because they had 3, 4, 5 plays go in their direction, in their favor. Changed the mental attitude, and it motivated them and also energized them or boosted their endurance. And we've seen those come from behind wins time and time again. And the only thing that changes in those circumstances, the skill level of the player didn't change. They came into the game with a certain amount of skills, and those are the skills that they have. What changed was the mental attitude. What changed was all of them started to believe at the same time. And that increased their endurance. That energized them, increased their energy. This is how a positive mental attitude can transform your life. So before we get to 6 through 11, and then a couple statistics I want to share with you, let me give you this quick quote of the day, man. This is from my man, Andre Simpson, my coach and mentor in my wealth building program. He says that wealthy people buy their luxury items last. Poor and middle class buy theirs first. And the other major difference that I want you to note about that is wealthy people buy their luxury items with their assets and not their labor. I want y'all to get that. I want y'all to get that. Most people say, I want a nice house. And because they want a nice house, they go out and they work really hard on their job, and they take the money that comes from their labor and they buy a nice house. It's not how wealthy people do it. Poor and middle class people say, you know what? I want a nice car. I want me a luxury vehicle. And then they take the money that they made working really hard on their job, and then they go and finance a really nice luxury vehicle. I'm not judging anybody. Y'all know this is the no judgment zone. What I'm simply pointing out is the modus of operandi of wealthy people and poor and middle class people. Poor and middle class people will buy their luxury items first, and they buy them with their labor. Wealthy people will buy assets first and then buy their luxury vehicles or their luxury items later and allow their assets to buy the luxury items. It's a big difference, man. I want to challenge you in that. I want to challenge you in that. See, wealthy people will take the money from their labor, and instead of buying a luxury item, they will take their labor and then they will use that to buy an asset. So instead of a wealthy person taking their money from their labor and buying that big home, they say, okay, I'm not going to do that. I want the big home, but if I'm going to be wealthy, I cannot buy the big home with my labor. I'm going to take the money from my labor and then I'm going to buy a duplex. I'm going to live in one side and then I'm going to rent out the other side. And after 10 years, I'm still paying rent to myself. The other person is still paying rent. So I'm taking both rents and I'm paying down the mortgage. Now the mortgage is gone in 10 years. So now the money that I'm paying rent to myself and the other person, now I start stacking that money for another 5 years. Then I take the money from the asset and I go buy my dream home or I go buy my luxury vehicle. So just a slight shift in mentality. Wealthy people buy their luxury items last. Poor and middle class people buy them first. Wealthy people tend to buy their luxury items with their assets. Poor and middle class people tend to buy their luxury items with their labor. That's why they have no assets. The other thing that they do, wealthy people tend to borrow money to buy assets. Poor and middle class people tend to borrow money and buy liabilities. So the court says, okay, I got to have a car. But here's what you got to understand. Here's what you have to understand. When you borrow money, especially if you're working a job and you're not wealthy, you don't own assets. When you borrow money, you are leveraging money that you haven't even earned yet. When you borrow money, you're basically spending money that you have not earned yet. You guys understand that? You just got to think about that. When you mortgage a house for 30 years, you ain't made that money 30 years from now. You're leveraging money that you haven't even earned yet, hoping and banking on you will stay employed and be able to earn the money at that point. Wealthy people borrow money to buy assets, and the assets produce income that will pay back the money that they borrowed, whether they lose their job or not. It's a big difference in mentality. So that's today's quote of the day. Today's quote of the day is brought to you by the Black Wealth Movement, man. We teach this kind of stuff all day, every day, and twice on Sundays, man. If you want more information on the Black Wealth Movement, simply text or inbox me. Text 314-874-6887 or inbox me, and I would love to get you some more information on what it is that we do. And don't let the name Black Wealth Movement scare you if you're not Black. That's okay. We help anybody build wealth, man. I build with anybody who wants to build with me. But I am looking at the conditions of my community, the Black community, and I want to serve them this financial wisdom. So that's why our movement is called the Black Wealth Movement. All right, so let's get on to number 7. We're talking about things that benefits of a positive mental attitude. Number 7, boost self-esteem. When you have a positive mental attitude, it boosts your self-esteem, because when you can see the silver lining in every storm, and you get more done, it's like you can't help but feel good about yourself. You can't help but feel good about yourself. You're attracting the right people to you. You're attracting better opportunities to you. Having a positive mental attitude will boost your self-esteem. Hands down, will boost your self-esteem. Right? It's called self-esteem. So you can transform how you feel about yourself by keeping a positive mental attitude. Start seeking out the best in everything and every situation, and focus on that versus focusing on the things that you do not have or the things that you do not want. Number 8, having a positive mental attitude attracts positive results. Welcome to the show. Hey, if you guys are in business for yourself, go ahead and comment the name of your business and or brand. No links, but comment the name of your business and brand and give us a short description of what you do. You never know who's on the stream, who's going to watch the replay that might want to connect with you. Listen, if you are a business owner, every time you are in any public forum, that's an opportunity for you to say who you are and what you do. All business are relationship businesses. So you got to make sure that you're constantly building relationships. So you attract positive results, right? We all understand the law of attraction, right? You have a positive mental attitude, you start attracting other people with positive mental attitudes. And you put 2 people in a room with a positive mental attitude, they just gonna get stuff done, man. Therefore, you get positive results. You start attracting positive opportunities your way with a positive mental attitude. You start attracting the right circumstances and the right situations to hit the goals, dreams, and aspirations that you have for yourself. Positive mental attitude attracts positive results. Number 9, a positive mental attitude increases your focus. Increases your focus. Go back to my basketball analogy. When you see a team that develops a positive mental attitude and snatches the momentum from another team, all of a sudden, doesn't it seem like every shot they take just go in? They're down 20. They get a couple positive plays to go their way. All of a sudden, the whole team is energized. Everybody is on a positive mental attitude. Now, all of a sudden, it seems like them jokers can't miss. And they just come storming and charging back because a positive mental attitude increases your focus. When you start to be able to see consistently the light at the end of the tunnel, man, it sharpens your focus. You become laser-like focused when you start seeing the positive. You start seeing the best outcomes possible. You start working harder towards those best outcomes. But when you have a negative attitude, it'll make you quit. When you can't see yourself winning, it'll make you quit. It'll make you quit. But when you see the best possible outcome, and that's all you're focused on, you see a little bit of progress towards that outcome, and it motivates, it encourages, it energizes. That's going to cause you to get another little bit of progress, and you keep seeing and focusing on those progresses, you're going to hit your goals. Number 11. Number 10. I'm sorry. Number 10. A positive mental attitude leads to better health. A positive mental attitude will lead to better health. Don't believe me? Do your own research on the placebo effect. What is the placebo effect? If you don't believe that a positive mental attitude can lead to better health, do your research on the placebo effect. In the world of medicine, there is a phenomenon called the placebo effect. It is when you take people into a medical situation and you put them under the care of a medical professional who they trust, who they have the utmost confidence and belief in regarding being able to help them with their health situation. And the doctor prescribes to them what's called a placebo, which is nothing more than a sugar pill. There is no medicine there, but the doctor will prescribe what's called a placebo, and the doctor tells and encourages the patient that this is going to work for you. This is going to help you. This is going to heal you. This is going to make you feel better. That person leaves the doctor's office with a positive mental attitude regarding their health. Go to the pharmacy, fill their prescriptions, get their 10 sugar pills, and they start taking their sugar pills. As soon as they take it, they say, man, I feel better already. Positive mental attitude can lead to better health, y'all. We already said in number, what was relieve stress? What number was relieving stress? Oh, number 4, we already said it reduces stress. So because it reduces stress, that alone will lead to better health. But when you start exercising, you start eating right, and you have a positive mental attitude about the results and the outcome of your exercising, of your eating right, your body responds in a very favorable way. As a youth basketball coach and trainer, I every now and then I get kids who come in and they say they want to get bigger, stronger, and faster. So we go through the training, but I'm watching their attitudes the whole time, and they're basically going through the motion. And what I try to encourage them in is that if you treat this like a punishment, your body is going to respond like you're punishing it. On the other hand, if you treat this like a reward, your body is going to respond like you're rewarding it for exercise. You know, some people can go to the weight room and they get bigger, they get swole, they get more cut, they get more fit. Other people have been going to the weight room and to the gym for 10 years and body has not changed. You know why? Attitude. See, the person whose body has not changed, they're going to the gym and they have a poor mental attitude. So their body is responding as if this is a punishment. Their body is saying, we're in the gym, man, I don't know why I'm being punished, but I'm just going to endure the punishment. The person with the mental attitude is going in and they're training, they're saying, hey, we're rewarding your hard work and your success. I need my body to perform at this level. And the body says, I don't know why he's working so hard, but he must need us to be bigger and stronger. So we're going to increase our muscular capacity. We're going to increase our energy efficiency. We're going to increase our strength. I don't know what he's preparing for, but he's preparing for something. So let's make sure that we optimize every system in the body. Same way when you eat certain foods and you're eating with the purpose of trying to get healthier. But if your attitude is poor in the tank and you're eating your rice cakes, but you're thinking to yourself, this is like punishment, you're not going to get any benefits from eating your rice cakes. But if you have the right attitude with your diet, with your exercise, you transform almost overnight, man. almost overnight. So having a right attitude leads to better health, right? Number 11, people with a positive mental attitude are better problem solvers. Come on, y'all didn't hear me. People with a positive mental attitude are better problem solvers, right? Musini says, I run a business that promotes and supports people to live a health and well-being lifestyle. It also offers great opportunities for those who want to work from home. Great, great, great. So that's what you do. But you gotta develop your brand though, Musini. You got Move Sisi. I hope I'm saying that right. You have to develop your brand. See, you gave us your description, but what's the brand? So when I tell people the brand is Financial Health Mentor, then that brand name is something easy to remember. Then people can go search for that. They go do a Google search on Financial Health Mentor, and you'll see all that comes up. So your brand, you have to create a brand name that's easy for people to search, find, and be able to connect with you. So that's a good description, but what's the brand, right? People with a positive mental attitude are better problem solvers. Cortez, what does that have to do with anything? What is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is a person who gets paid to solve problems. Yeah, the simplest definition of an entrepreneur is a person who gets paid to solve problems. So if you have a positive mental attitude, you are a better problem solver. That means you stand a better chance to be paid more in the marketplace for your ability to solve people's problems. You know what? One of the questions that people with a positive mental attitude ask versus the statement that people with a negative mental attitude, people with a negative mental attitude say what they can't do. People with a positive mental attitude says, how can I? One's a statement, one's a question. One is a finality, one opens the door to infinite possibility. When you say, I can't, the universe says you're right. When you say, I can't, the universe says, I agree. When you say, how can I, the universe says, I'm glad you asked. And it floods your cerebral cortex with all sorts of suggestions and all that stuff. When you say, I can't, the universe says, I agree. When you say, how can I, the universe says, I'm glad you asked. And they start providing solutions. So a person with a positive mental attitude has a better problem solving capability because they're always looking for the optimism. All right, Monica said, I got to fix that. Future Leaders LLC, yeah, and that's what I love, because when you fix that, as someone who is creating future leaders, you fix that for generations to come, right? And then I want to give you some statistics from powerfulsuccessmindset.com. Powerful Success Mind. You guys know that I always try to give you my sources because it's just not about me. Wherever you can go and get help to become better, great. Powerful Success Mindset. I listened to this guy's video earlier as I was preparing this and doing my study. He says, positive people are 31% more productive. Now, he didn't cite the study. I actually want to go and find the study, but he said positive people are 31% more productive than negative people. He says positive people are 3 times more creative. Again, they're more creative because they ask the question, how can I? Versus saying what they can't do. He says they have a higher tolerance for pain. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I don't know how that could be, or how positive mental attitude relates to a higher tolerance for pain, right? But it could have something to do with the fact that I'm so positive when something hurts me, because I don't go into woe is me, I can deal with that pain a little bit more. And I don't think it's talking, it may not be, I don't know if it's physical pain or emotional pain or what, but that one is interesting. That's why I want to find the actual study so I can get the breakdown of where they're coming from with that. But then again, going back to the other one, 90%, their positive people are 90% more likely to reach age 85 years old. They're 90% more likely than negative people to reach older age, 85 or 85 plus. Because again, the placebo effect, I am healthy. I say I'm healthy. I believe I'm healthy, so I am healthy. I go to the doctor and get a negative report, but I see the positive side of the negative report. So my positive thinking trumps the negative report. You guys get it? They're 90 times more likely to live a longer life than negative people. Negative person gets a negative result, negative report, and they start believing the negative report. Oh, this is the end. And you know what the universe is? I agree. Keep telling y'all, man, all the universe knows how to do is say yes. So you better watch what you're giving it to say yes to. Get a negative report from the doctor. You believe the negative report, and you start saying what the doctor said. Man, the doctor said I only got 6 weeks to live. And the universe says, I agree. The universe says, yes, you do. Positive person says, the doctor says I got 6 weeks to live. Bull crap. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. I'm going to make this thing. I'm going to beat this thing. And the universe says, yes, I agree. Yeah, as a man thinketh, so is he. And as a man continues to think, so he remains. See, I like adding that. As a man thinketh, so is he. As a man continues to think, so he remains. So, really quick recap. Number one, has the power to change everything. Number two is the number one indicator of success. These are the benefits of a positive mental attitude. Number two, number one indicator of success. Number three, it's motivating. Number four, reduces stress. Number five, helps to overcome fear. Number six, increases endurance. Number seven, boosts self-esteem. Number eight, attracts positive results. Number nine, increases focus. Number 10, leads to better health. Number 11, makes you a better problem solver. So that's it for today. You guys come back tomorrow. You know, it's Free Business Coaching Fridays. We do a lot of branding and marketing, education, training. You bring your questions about your business, your brand, where you're stuck at, and we collectively try to help you overcome those challenges and get better, become more productive in your life, right? Live your life. So basically, today's show is brought to you by the Generational Wealth Building Conference, Atlanta, GA, next weekend. That's April 6th through the 8th. You can go to wealth.joincorteznow.com to get more info on that, and even buy your tickets right there on the spot. And you can get a weekend pass, or you can buy the tickets for the individual events that you want to attend. Today's show is also brought to you by the Black Wealth Movement. We teach wealth building in 5 disciplines: entrepreneurship, tax minimization, debt elimination, credit education, and asset accumulation. And we just added a 6th, asset protection, through insurance and annuities and those sorts of things. So if you are serious about transforming your finances, then you might want to get in touch with us. It's $70 to start our program, less than $50 per month, and you will be mentored by multi-millionaires. The mentorship and leadership team of this program is collectively worth $1 billion. You tell me where you can go for $50 a month and plug into $1 billion worth of financial intellect. Mark Cuban's worth over $1 billion. You can't plug into him for $50 a month. Zuckerberg, Gates, you plug into them for $50? Nah. So we literally help people build wealth from scratch, which is our greatest claim to fame. If you already got money, there's people out there that can help you grow your money. But if you live in check to check, you need some solutions specifically and custom tailored for your situation. And that's what we do best. So I'm H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Till I talk to you next time, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every one of you. Peace out, y'all.